Soulmate, soul friend, Anam Cara. Hello and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. Wherever you are in this world, I wish you well. Welcome to another episode of the Sacred Raven podcast. Grab yourself a nice cup of tea and let's get cozy. We've all heard of the word soulmate. A soulmate is a close friend or romantic partner with whom one has a unique, deep connection based on mutual understanding and acceptance. They are a person who shares the same beliefs or opinions as another. A soul friend is a deeply connected companion who understands you on a profound emotional and spiritual level. They are someone who supports your growth, accepts you unconditionally, and shares an almost intuitive bond with you. The term itself comes from the Irish Anam Cara. Anam is the Gaelic word for soul, and Cara for friend. But I would venture to say that those three terms have become interchangeable over the years. A soulmate is no longer just someone who is a close friend or romantic partner. They can be a sibling or a relative that you share a closer bond to than others. And they don't have to take human form. You can have a soulmate, soul friend, or Anam Cara with an animal. In fact, I own a copy of the Celtic Magic book and card deck by Marie Bruce, and the image of the Anam Cara card portrays a woman placing a kiss on the forehead of a horse, a loving gesture that shows the bond they hold. The term Anam Cara has roots in Irish and Celtic monastic traditions dating back to the 9th century. It is referenced in texts such as in the Book of Armagh, which was compiled around 807-808 CE. The Celts were profoundly spiritual people that sought a more soulful connection to the spiritual world and nature, and that extended to those around them. On a grand scale, they believed in the unity of life. They were not burdened by dualism. They did not separate what belonged together. Even to this day, the Celtic hive mind imagination articulates the inner friendship that is embraced between nature, divinity, underworld, and the human world. John O'Donohue articulates Anam Cara and the connectedness that people share amongst each other and to the world around them in a profound and poetic fashion in his book, Anam Cara, a Book of Celtic Wisdom. Not only does he discuss the intermingling shared between people on a deeply energetic plane, but he speaks about the interconnectedness between humans and time, life, and death. There is a friendship with our death that enables us to celebrate the eternity of the soul. And since humans have and are a soul, it is important that we are to hold a friendship within ourselves. To quote, "The structure of the book follows a circular rhythm." Side note, the Celtic people love a good circle. To continue, it begins with a treatment of friendship as awakening, then explores the senses as immediate and creative thresholds. This builds the ground for a positive evaluation of solitude, which in turn seeks expression in the external world of work and action. Internal and external, light and dark, as above, so below. There is a connection between all, and you cannot have one without the other. Celtic spirituality hallows the moon and adores the light of the sun. We are always on a journey from darkness into light. At first, we are children of the darkness. We are created within the darkness of our mother's womb and then birthed into the light of this external world. When love awakens in your life, in the night of your heart, it is like the dawn breaking within you. Where before there was anonymity, now there is intimacy. To experience love is to experience a rebirth, a new beginning. If you were to look at the physical and spiritual symbolism of the human heart, you will realize that it is the interface of your life. And love is vital for human life. For love alone can awaken what is divine within you. In love, you learn how to grow and come home to yourself. When you learn to love and let yourself be loved, you come home to the hearth of your own spirit. You become at one in the house of your own longing and belonging. And in the growth and homecoming is the opportunity, the act of loving another. To form a friendship with another, there must be love. For when a soul finds love in another, the soul can also be itself. The Anam Cara experience opens a friendship that is not wounded or limited by separation or distance. Such friendships can remain alive even when both parties live at a distance from each other, because they have broken through the egoism down to the soul level. The unity of their soul's connection is not easily severed. Your friendship cuts across all convention, morality, and category. You are joined in an ancient and eternal way with the friend of your soul. This Celtic understanding did not place limits, restrictions, or cages of space and time on the soul. The soul is a divine light that flows within you and through to your other. This friendship allows you to stay attuned to each other and continue to sense the flow of each other's lives. And this type of connection, this type of love, is not meant to be chased. In the work of our soul, the false urgency to find love can mislead us. Instead of needing to go out and find love, we can be still and let love discover us. To quickly reference the Bible, one of Paul's letters to the Corinthians begins with, "Love is always patient and kind. Love is never boastful or conceited," and so on. With all of that said, and as I stated at the beginning of this episode, the love of a soulmate or Anam Cara experience is not always found within a romantic partner. In the early Celtic Church, a person who acted as a teacher, companion, or spiritual guide was considered an Anam Cara. In fact, the term Anam Cara had no romantic affiliation surrounding it at all. It originally referred to someone whom you confessed, revealing the hidden intimacies of your life. With an Anam Cara, you could share your most inner self, the deep intricacies of your mind and heart. And this person was typically a spiritual advisor, priest, or someone you would go to before or after Mass. Over the centuries, Anam Cara became romanticized. Because an Anam Cara was revered as a trustworthy companion who supports one's journey of self-discovery, historically, they played a vital role in preserving Ireland's rich oral traditions. They served as custodians of stories and wisdom, thus bridging generations and cultural heritage. Anam Cara now captures the essence of kindred spirits and soulmate relationships, indicating that those who embody this term have known and loved each other beyond time and existence. The legacy of Anam Cara as an integral part of Celtic spirituality underscores the importance of these soul friendships in enriching human experience and understanding. And it's human nature to define something or someone as our own when we experience that deep resonance. If you wanted to say, my soulmate, or my soul friend, you would say Mo Anam Cara. This signifies the depth of your connection. And that term has become so popularized over the years that you may find the term Anam Cara used in various jewelry styles. However, there is a language discrepancy with that term. Regarding English and Irish syntax, to say Anam Cara is incorrect. In Irish, when you use one noun, such as soul, to describe another, such as mate or friend, the describing noun comes after the noun it describes and is in the genitive case. A good example in English is traffic light, in which the word traffic describes the kind of light we're talking about. Traffic comes first, because that's how we do things in English. But in Irish, it's reversed. In Irish, tracht means traffic and solus means light. To say traffic light in Irish, you would say solus tracta, adding an A at the end. It translates to light of traffic. If we're speaking of a soulmate or a soul friend, the word soul describes the kind of mate or friend you're talking about. So it comes after the word for friend, and it must be in the genitive case. Anam means soul. Cara means friend. Cara anima means friend of a soul. But another problem is with the possessive adjective mo, which means my. In Irish, when it comes before a vowel, the O disappears and is replaced with an apostrophe. And then you would add the A at the end. My soul would translate to manam, M''anam. In order to say my soul friend or my soulmate, we'd have to say cara manama. Language is something that has evolved over time. It's something that has to. How we speak today is entirely different than how we spoke 800 years ago. Historical context has shown the evolution of different words and phrases and their altered meanings. If humans are meant to grow and evolve, then so too would language. It's important, however, to understand where things come from, because it helps you to comprehend and appreciate why things were and why things are. The modern-day characterization of Anam Cara is not the only term of endearment used in the Irish Gaelic language. Arún Macree literally translates to secret of my heart. A Cuij Dentil translates to my share of life. A Grey Gyal means bright love. Unconditionally Cara means my eternal friend. Regardless of the exact term you use to describe a bond you have with another, it's important that you recognize that type of bond exists in the first place. I don't know if everyone receives the opportunity to experience a connection like the Anam Cara, or what many people of this modern day and age feel Anam Cara to be. If you do, consider yourself lucky. It doesn't matter if you experience it through another person or an animal. It's the experience itself that matters the most. For myself, I feel my deepest connection is with my cat. He and I are very much alike. I feel he is me in cat form. And I am so grateful that he has been in my life for over 16 years, and I wish for many more. Now, do I have soulmates and soul friends in human form? Yes. And I've been fortunate enough to have more than one. Humans and animals alike need connection to grow, survive, and thrive. My wish for you is that you experience this bond with another. The deeply spiritual connection you share with another is profoundly transformational and fulfilling. It's an opportunity to grow through acceptance, vulnerability, humility, understanding, reverence, and love. So thank you for joining me in this episode. I appreciate you taking the time to share this space with me. If this has resonated with you, please take a second to follow or subscribe, leave a review or comment, or share this with someone who may be venturing down a spiritual path and has a hunger to learn and grow. I will see you next time. Stay cozy and take care.